Hey, what's happening? Journeyman here, and welcome back to my Championship Manager 2001-2002 series with Manchester City. This is episode 21 and the very last game of the second season in charge for them. So we have 4 games left of this season. Nothing to really play for. We're just playing for pride at this point. Trying to climb the table, trying to get this extra money in the coppers for our finish. So in this episode, we take on Southampton, Ipswich, Arsenal, and of course Leeds, just to wrap up the season. But first and foremost, we did pretty well at the end of the last episode, winning 3 games on the trot. So we're going to keep the same team that got that achievement. And we're up against a Southampton team who are fighting for their lives. Part of me on the inside wants to let them win today, but looking at the league table, I don't think it's going to matter that much anyway. They're pretty much down, which is going to be sad being a Saints fan, but there you have it. Unfortunately, it was going to happen eventually. It did happen eventually. But yeah, anyway, I mean, this is a very, very, very memorable time for me as a Southampton fan. I had a season ticket holder at St Mary's for the first 3 years of my first 3 years of St Mary's, and I was there every day, every week. So these players, to me, when I'm seeing the name, apart from Jonathan Green, he never played for us, really do ring true to me. Like Klaus Ludovam, Bridgie, of course, Joe Tessum, Marian Pahars, the Latvian Michael Owens. A lot of these players I have a big affiliation for. A lot of love, a lot of memories, a lot of good memories. So it's kind of sad for me to see them about to be relegated. But they are winning today. Jonathan Green getting a goal in the 37th minute. They're winning 2 goals now. Jonathan Green getting his second goal of the game. All right, so things haven't gone as planned as I thought they would. I thought we'd dispatch them pretty easily. They're pretty weak side. Tonton Makoko getting a goal back. He's got now, 4 games in a row now he's scored. Let's make some changes. Let's bring on Kolsham. Let's bring on Lagomir. Hasn't done much since starting for the team. He's got an assist, so can't say he hasn't done much. But at the same time, he hasn't really lit the world up yet. I'll kind of give him a trial just for the end of the season, and then we'll take it from there if he's going to make a regular. Because he's not naturally a centre player. He's more of an out-and-out winger, and we haven't got a system really to kind of accommodate that, so we had to try and force him to learn how to play as a centre midfielder, and it's going okay for him. As I said, he got 1 assist, and but he hasn't set the world a lot yet, so it's going to be difficult for him to fight his way in with so many natural players ahead of him. So that ended up in disappointment, 2 defeat, so that breaks a run of 3 games winning in a row. Dave Jones resigns as manager of Wolves, and they're a former Southampton manager. Okay, so yeah, not much really to talk about, to be honest. I talked about a lot in the last episode. That was literally just a few minutes ago in my world. But he's been absolutely amazing. Look at the form. He's got 8 goals now in only 7 starts with the club. So he's making an impact. I think Tonton Makoko will start to become regular next season a bit more. But he has got some stiff competition, though, because, again, they're signing the Maximin, Sagoko, and just Peter Crouch during the January, so it makes it difficult for me to play him, to be honest with you. Makoko did win Young Player of the Month award, so congratulations to the gentleman. Alright, so everything's looking good there too. Board, of course, are very happy with me. I'm not in danger of losing my job, which makes a change. Usually I put myself under tons and tons of pressure, and I usually end up getting sacked. That's usually how it goes in these games for me. Alright, second game of the episode, up against Ipswich at home. That's a bit of a tougher opposition, so I expect to play a lot better today. David Batty in midfield, 34 years old now, 42 caps to his name. Mr. Solid David Batty, nothing spectacular, but boy, could he get a tackle in. Alright, so goal already on. Tommy Smith there. Getting on goal on his 11th minute of the game. It's a penalty. Who's going to step up? And Welsh steps up again and he misses again. So, note to self, Welsh is never allowed to take a penalty ever again. So, as far as quality, the guy's great. I think he's going to be an awesome holding midfielder for us. As far as penalties go, I can't trust him. Couldn't trust him. Wouldn't bet a bag of chips on him scoring a penalty. That's what I've learned from him. Anyway, enough rambling. 1-1. Half-time. Game's pretty even. In the balance. Let's take a second half. Let's not make any changes because Yunus London's going to go and score. That's why I didn't make any changes. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, so 63 minutes on the clock. 70 minutes on the clock. Maybe, there we go, 75 minutes. Alright, so changes to be made. Alright, so Peter Crouch can come on for Tom Madeira. Mark can stay on. Djordjevic, let's bring you for Kallstrom, Risp come off. You got a yellow card. Let's be on Hagen instead. Okay, so it's going to be interesting at the back two next season. Who's going to be at centre half? Am I going to go with Olsen, Risp, or Hagen to play alongside Ndaya? I'm going to look for that kind of like fast and strong partnership at the back. Someone to cover, someone to go and attack the ball. So I'm going to see who's going to partner up well with him. Early suggestions for me and my head think that it's going to be, and something relegated, so a sad moment for me there. But early thoughts is going to be Risp to play alongside him, because Risp is just an all-rounder, very, very solid defender. Never ever let me down, Mr. Solid. All right, so 2 games left of the season, Arsenal and Leeds. Obviously, 2 very, very tough games. We have to win both of them to stand any kind of chance to get into 9th place, I guess, now, because we can't really catch Fulham realistically. All right, so if we win here, we go to 9th, and that would be a pretty decent achievement. We finally got a report on fee Mexis. We all know how good this guy is. So what I could do, he's only got a minimum fee of 2.3 million. Let's get him on board. Because if I get him on board of Ndaya, then I've got no need to worry about who's going to play next to Ndaya. All right, so Arsenal away. Marker's out for 10 days, so good. That's exactly what I wanted. Our best midfielder out for 10 days. That's exactly what I wanted. So, instead, Martin Eriksson. Martin Eriksson comes in the team. He's actually got himself a few assists this season, noticed. 7 assists for the season. That's actually a pretty good record for him. Any other changes? Nah, let's go for it. Arsenal on a Wednesday. It's a catch-up game. Both teams are tired. Arsenal led by Martin Keown and Sol Campbell at the back. Ashley Cole, Oleg Luzny, and a goal from, of course, early on there from the master that is Thierry Henry. I remember seeing him play live and miss an absolute sitter. An open goal, in fact, from 18 yards. If you haven't looked it up, look up Thierry Henry miss versus Southampton at St. Mary's. It came off the post. I don't know who shot it. It came off the post, fell to Thierry Henry, open net, and he puts it wide. I mean, that game as well, Arsenal were absolutely all over us, and they beat us, I think, in the end, 1-0 only, despite absolute domination. But Thierry Henry missed an absolute sitter. All right, for 10 minutes left to go in this half. We're only on 1 shot on target, so things are going well, aren't they? In the second half, I might make a tactical change. Might just push the centre midfielder on. Just try and create a bit more going forward, because I don't like only having 1 shot on goal and 1 shot on target. And let's do the same personnel. We have options on the bench. Obviously, you got plenty to change things and mix things up a little bit. Alright, so if you missed it in the last episode, I talked briefly about when these episodes were going to air after the release of Football Manager 2018. Essentially, in the long run, it'll be the same schedule. So what you're going to see is Championship Manager every other day, followed by FIFA every other day, and then Football Manager 2018 every single day. And that'll be the case for a while. And there's also most likely going to be a break in between the release of Football Manager 2018 and the 3rd season in charge of Man City. I am planning to continue this series for as long as I'm enjoying it and you're enjoying it. So I'm planning to just see how it plays out. I want to do one perhaps after winning the Premier League or maybe the Champions League. Then I'll consider maybe hanging up this series. Obviously, we're a long way from that yet, so at that point, then I'll think about maybe moving on to a different Championship Manager series. But for now, I'm going to continue with this save for as long as I'm enjoying it. And then I'll partner FIFA and obviously FM18 as well. There's going to be a ton of content for F Team. And obviously, I'm a Football Manager kind of first channel. And while this is kind of Football Manager, priority is going to be doing a new game, just because there's going to be a lot of content, such as tutorials and experiments and all that fun stuff. So we're going into the last game of the season after losing 1-0 to Arsenal there. I don't really talk about that game at all. Yep. So we're going into the last game up against Leeds. Leeds are second in the table. And Man United could win the title, and it can mean nothing for them. However, they have got to hold on to... I don't know what that is. Oh, it's my controller for FIFA. It's messing up again. All right, whatever. All right, last game of the episode coming up shortly. Chelsea beat Manchester United, so that makes it interesting. So Mexis' offer has been accepted. You're indispensable to the club. You are going to be signed without a doubt. So next season, having Ndaya, Mike Duff, Philippe Mexis and Jamie Victory at the back. That is quite possibly the dream championship manager defense right there. So that's a very positive sign for next season. Hopefully next year we won't concede as many goals as we have this season. Oh, that's going to fucking annoy me, isn't it? There you go. I keep hitting my arm against it as I'm using the mouse. I have to apologise for the weird noises you hear in the background. If you hear it at all, I presume the capture is picking them up. Alright, so injury, Hagen's not going to play today, so what we're going to do instead is have, Carr on the bench instead. Marcos, is he fit to go? He's 100%, so he starts today. Tartan Zulu, yep, going to play, trying to get 10th goal of the season. Tomadira, assuming get 20th. Kim Karlstrom. Alright, so let's just keep the same team, not too fussed about how this result goes. We still have a chance to break into the top 10, top 9 I should say. I mean, unless they just score 2 goals in a row and Mike Duff gets injured, then you've got a very, very little chance, to be honest with you. Let's bring Parmadou Carr on, he can play right back. So let's put him at right back. I mean, he's not really a right back at all, but he's going to have to do a job today. And 3-0. So Leeds mean business, obviously. They're taking a lot more seriously than I am, I'll tell you that much. Results currently have us sitting at 10th place in the table, so mid-table. That's the mediocrity right there, mid-table mediocrity. Conceded goals, look at the top 13 teams there. Fucking controller. Alright, so yeah, look at the goals conceded here. We are by conceded far too many this season. Jesus Christ, this is good. This is really, really annoying. I do apologise for the unprofessionalism going on in this episode. It's highly unlikely, and I get mad and I throw something at this point if my videos don't go well. Not saying that I'm angry, but this is making me angry. 4-0. That's also making me angry. It's just been a bad display, to be honest. You finish the season, so the boys haven't cared. They're already on the holidays after Mallorca or I don't know, Skegness, I don't know, they're going somewhere. Definitely not at the game today, put it that way. So there you go. Finished Stephen in 10th place. Was it 10th? Yep, we finished in 10th place. Only with plus a 5 goal difference. Conceded 66 goals. But we actually scored the most, I think. So we scored the most in the league, but also conceded almost the most. Not quite the most, but almost the most. Let's go ahead and go through the individual awards. We finished 2.8 million, so that's a nice little chunk of change. Let's go and sort by stats. Let's take a look at the stats for the season. Who performed well, who outperformed, who underperformed, all that fun stuff. So, appearances, Tomadira played in 42 appearances for me this season. Obviously, here's our top goal scorer with 19 goals. Now, next to him is a few goals back is Mark Kerr. Great record for Mark Kerr, I'll take that. Double figures in goals for him is excellent. After that, this is where we start to struggle. Goals, obviously we had Lee Chan-Soo for a while. Speaking of, how well did he do when he went to Newcastle? Lee Chan-Soo, there he is, Newcastle. Didn't actually score a goal for them, so I feel a little bit better about not losing him for £275,000. He played well for me. He actually got 10 goals in 16 appearances, so he technically would have been the third highest goal scorer of the season if he didn't play a single game for us extra. And then Tonton Zulu-Makoko come with 9 in his first full season with us. London chipped in with 7. Peter Crouch got 5 and 19. He could do a lot better than that. Karlstrom 4. Predrag Djordjevic got 3 in 25 starts. Barcelona got 2. Duff got 2. Eriksson got 2. Risp got 2. Olsen, Farnerud chipped in with little ones. All right, so let's look at the assists. Tomadira, 13 assists. He had a wonderful season, as to be expected there. Mark Kerr, another good one, 9 assists there. Jimmy Victory from left back got himself 8. Martin Eriksson, bit of a surprise actually, saw him get 7 assists this season. Agger Barsom got himself 5. London 5. Expected more from Barsom this season. John Welsh actually got 3 assists by the end of the season. He did pretty good. Man of the Match awards, obviously, no surprise there. Tomadira with 7. Go by average rating, no surprise. Tomadira, following my Makoko. Mark Kerr. Eriksson did well whenever he came in. Lagomir actually had a pretty solid end of the season. He didn't play 3 games, but he averaged 7.33, which is so in promise. Value, currently highest play value is Jonas London. The 22-year-old is now valued at £8.5 million. I don't going to move him, but it's just interesting to know, really. Let's go take a look at the league stats. Yeah, player stats. Take a look at player stats, just out of interest here. Player of the year, probably go to one Sebastian Veron there, an average rating of 8. So he had a pretty good year, didn't he? I mean, for a midfielder, 28 goals, 14 assists, and 16 man of the match awards. It's all right. You know, I don't know if he deserves a player of the year, but he probably will get it. Southgate, 7.94. Fester to the 2 Middlesbrough centre half, so obviously they had a good year at the back. Emerson Thorm from Sunderland, a good season too. Brazilian, 31-year-old. Alan Shearer got himself on there too. John Terry, there he is. Ruud van Nistelrooy. Carbonari for Everton did well. Check out goals. Tomadir actually finished second in the Premier League in goals. Only one behind Alan Shearer, who's still going strong at 32. Useless coach, though. Still a very good player. Then Varane, Sahar, Gordon Easton. Don't recognise this guy. I think he's a fake. I don't think this guy exists in real life. But he's done well for him. Can't deny that. 17 goals and 34 appearances. Mark Kerr got himself 15th place. Tonton Zunamakoko got 33rd. London 45th. Crouch got 61st. So, alright. I forgot to check out assists. Let's do that real quick. Assists, Tomadir 11, Mark Kerr's in there, Victory's in there as well. Ryan Giggs got the top assists with 19 assists all season long. He had a really, really good season. So, on the plus side news, we also signed another centre-half, Philly Mexis. So, going into the summer, we've already confirmed the transfers of Hassan Ndiaye. Obviously, we know he's a beast of a centre-half. Very, very strong, just a great player. Then we signed Maxim Sazolko, 20 years old, not the finished product yet, but the guy will get goals for fun when he fully develops. And then Philippe Mexes, another centre-half to try and fix the defensive issues at the back. He will join and he will start immediately with Hassan Ndiaye. So going into next season, obviously I have a pretty strong squad. A couple of areas team do need improving. Perhaps need some extra players in midfield. Maybe one more striker to compete for that first team spot. But nevertheless, I go into the preseason pretty excited, looking forward to the next one. I'm sure you guys are as well. So as I mentioned earlier in this episode, there will be a small break in between the end of Season 2, which is now, to the start of Season 3. Most likely just be 1 week while I settle into Football Manager 2018 and a regular scheduled program again. When that happens, we'll go back to every other day, just like now, as far as release on videos. And then, apart from that, please let me know your suggestions on players to sign during the summer. Obviously, take into consideration players like Alexander Farnerud are going to get better. Lagomir will most likely get a little bit better as well. So they're going to be competing for first team spots. So I'm not have to spend a ton of money, but if you guys got any players that you think will help me out immediately, please let me know. Because next season, I haven't finished 10th this season. Next season goal is going to be to try and break into that kind of like between 3rd and 7th spot. So I want to be able to be up there towards the end of the season. I don't expect to win the league because Man United, Leeds, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, they have much, much more talented players from top to bottom in their squad, and they can attract the best talents in the world. Us, on the other hand, we're doing something different. We're trying to find players, diamonds in the diamonds in the rough, that kind of situation. That's what we're trying to do. A little bit different, takes a little bit longer, but in the long run, it's a lot more fun. So, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to hit like on it. What do you guys think of the season? Rate it out of 10. I personally give us a 6. Defending was atrocious. Attacking was good. Not consistent enough. It was our first season in Premier League, so I will give us a little bit of a break there. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. What do you guys think? How are they do this season? What do you think our odds are for next season? How do you think we're going to do? Do you think we'll make the jump into Europe? That'd be nice. Obviously, we did accept the invitation to go into Toto Cup. I'm still waiting to hear back to see if we're going to qualify. It is unlikely we will be qualifying, just because I'm sure a few teams above us also agreed to play in it as well. And it looks like Lazio won the Champions League as well. Just trying to skip forward here, see if I can get information about the Intertoto Cup. It's unlikely. Again, as I said, that we'll be competing in it, but you never know. A couple of players to consider that are leaving as well. Nicky Weaver's going to be going on a free transfer too. Going to sell him on. £10,000 a week's far, far too much money for him as a third choice goalkeeper. Palmer Ducat has improved. He's going to improve a lot more to break into the team next year. So, anyway, enough rambling. We've pretty much covered all the marks now. I'm excited for next season. Hope you guys are too. Again, stay with it because there may be a week between this episode and the next one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to hit the like button. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.